Well, we're now into our second week of the cruise, and still the weather is dull, overcast, cold and wet. Even the wildlife looks absolutely fed up of it. Anyway, by the end of this episode, maybe, just maybe, we might see some blue skies and sunshine.
Having a wet day today. We've just arrived at the lock and this is the state of the towpath. It's up to the knees in mud. It's slinging it down with rain at the moment, and when we've gone through this lock we're going to call it a day, but we wanted to get beyond this lock because we know quite a pleasant mooring up here, which is what we're aiming for. So there's about another 15-20 minutes cruising once we've gone through this lock, and we should be there. Just waiting for it to open the gates. We stopped for lunch, and because it started raining, and as soon as we stopped for lunch and tied up it stopped raining, so we had lunch anyway. Then had a look outside and thought, well, it looks alright, so we set off, and as soon as we set off the heavens opened again. So just our luck is better go she's opened the gate. So that's it for today. We've had every sort of weather, mainly rain. We've had a little bit of sunshine, and now it's stopped raining. So we let the fire out twice because we thought it was improving. Anyway, we've lit the fire again because wet clothing, wet shoes, mud. I've just mopped the boat down because that was covered in mud from the rope. The rope was covered in mud. So we're at Sandon, just above Great Haywood. I suppose we're probably 3 or 4 miles above Great Haywood now. We've just come through Weston-on-Trent, and Aston-on-Trent is further up there. We want to call at Aston Marina tomorrow and top the diesel tank up. It should see us through then. Other than that, it's been a pretty unremarkable day apart from getting wet through. But the forecast does say that towards the end of the week things are likely to look a little bit better. But it's really cold. So she lit the fire, put the kettle on, going to get her warm, dry my clothes and clean up, and that'll be it for today. So I'll speak again tomorrow. Tuesday the 25th of May, and the weather's still not very pleasant. It's 10 o'clock and we're not started yet. We usually get going about 9, but we woke up to rain. It rained overnight, and despite it being quite a pleasant evening, we're back to grey skies and overcast conditions again today. So the forecast's suggesting that it might clear up later on, so we're gonna get going and see how we go. First thing we've got to do is we're going to call at Aston Marina and get some diesel. So that's about a mile upstream, so that'll be the first job, and then we'll see how we go going towards Stone. Just hope and pray that it's dry, because we got soaked yesterday. Everything's dried out inside now. We've had the fire going and it's nice and warm, but we don't really want a repeat of having to dry all the clothes out again later today. So we'll see what today will bring. So we're in Aston Marina, we're at the diesel pump. I've just been up to the shop to alert the gentleman that we're requiring fuel, so he'll be on his way very shortly. So I'll get the lid taken off. There we go. Family of swans as we wait. It's a windy spot, this is.
Get through there as long as it's steady.
Should be about 25 gallon, I would think.
So you just want it filling up?
Fill her up, yeah, please. You go.
I'm paying.
Oh, this sounds good.
You can take my car.
It's going to be thin though, isn't it? It's going to be more than 45. You just don't pay. The exercise will do you good. Right, so we've had lots of activity while I switched off. This boat tried to come through, and as you can see it's extremely narrow and the wind was blowing him all over the place, but we managed to get him through without too much damage, and we've had 91 litres. So put the lid back on. One thing most boats don't have is a fuel gauge, so we have to use a garden cane as a dipstick, and I dipped it a couple of days ago, and we decided as we were passing Aston Marina. We'd call in here because we've used this before, so we knew where the pump was, and the price wasn't too bad last time we called. But she's just gone up to the little kiosk up there to pay. So that's Aston Marina. Just downstream from Stone, which is where we're going next. And believe it or not, there's actually some blue sky. So with a bit of luck, we might have seen the last of the rain. Well, that's the refueling done. We're back out on the canal now, and this is the first lock downstream of Stone. We've got a hire boat in front of us, and they're a little bit inexperienced, I think. So Sue's gone up to help them with the lock. They were the ones that tried to squeeze through under the bridge when we were refueling. They've got an enormous length of boat. It must be a 70-footer, but then again there's a few of them, so I think he's struggling a bit, and the wind's not helping, because the 70-footer, it's like having a sail. You get broadside to the wind and it just takes it. So we'll see how we go anyway. That's where we've been for our lunch. We're in Stone. We're just waiting for Stone bottom lock, and I've just lost a fender. So the bow just caught this and it ripped the fender off. So I'm beginning to wonder whether it's worth having fenders on. All they seem to do is end up at the bottom of the locks. I'm not sure how much protection they actually afford you. So we'll see how we go. A very nice canal side sheltered housing complex, and the residents got the opportunity to get outside now for a bit of fresh air after what's been a terrible week. Well, it's 5:30 and we've arrived at Wedgwood Visitor Moorings, just north of Barlaston, which is in that direction. We've come past Josiah Wedgwood's house, which is a fine red brick building set back from the canal, and the Wedgwood offices are just down there, about a quarter of a mile in that direction. So we've had a busy day really lot-wise. We're called in Stone to get some food, and after that it's one lock after another. We've done 8 locks today. Tomorrow we're going to be going through Stoke, so we're aiming to be on the north side of Stoke by this time tomorrow night. That sets us up nicely to get to Castle Tunnel fairly early on Thursday morning, so we can get a passage through. So we've actually got some sunshine at last. The wind is still quite cold, still quite chilly in the wind, but at least we've got some sunshine and a bit of blue sky, which is a change from what we had this morning when we set off. So we're here for the night. I've got a few fenders to replace before we go through the locks in Stoke tomorrow, but other than that we're going to chill out, have a bit of something to eat, clean up, and see what tomorrow brings.